Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Bike Time. I'm your host, Terry Toot, and today's show is called The Leaders of Flight. Today's show, we'll talk about the history of DJI and its entities. Some of you all know that DJI is a very large company that holds about 70% of the drone market in the world, ladies and gentlemen. And they have been successful in creating these very good drones. There's a little problem that they're having with the United States government. We're going to get into all that. Like I said, we're going to talk about the history of DJI, how it started in China, and the other products that they have. So we'll get into all that. What else we got? The NFL draft just ended yesterday after 3 days. It was pretty good showing. And the NBA playoffs are in full swing. Wow, this is crazy what's going on in the NBA, all right? And then we had a little situation last night in D.C. with a guy trying to kill members of the government. So we'll get into all that. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to live that funk and let's have a great show. Come on back. All righty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Bike Time. My name is Terry Toot, and once again, the show today will be called Leaders of Flight. This is the history of DJI and its entities. Before I go any further, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say I'm glad everybody was safe and sound. Um, there was a shooter at the hotel last night for the Washington Press Corps and Correspondence Dinner, and no one got hurt. One Secret Service agent was hurt from gunfire, but he was wearing a bulletproof vest, so thank God he's good to go. There was what they're saying right now. There's only one person that's involved in this, and if you want more information, you can check out CNN or any of the news websites, and they'll be more in depth into telling you that. But thank God this was not a horrific thing that happened. All right. So what else we got going on? For the past 3 days, it was Thursday, Friday, Saturday was the NFL draft. It turned out to be a big success in Pittsburgh. So next year, the NFL draft will be in my backyard, at the nation's capital. So I will be there for sure. I'll be there. I've never gone to one, so this is my first time going to one. And it'll be fun, enjoyable. Mesh with the other guys, fans out there. You know, guys from, let's say, Green Bay, California, people like that. So, we have someone on the show. It's Arnold. Thank you for coming on, sir. Appreciate you. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to that next year. So I will be at the draft next year, and I don't know what night I'm gonna go. I'll probably be that Friday, and yeah, that'd be kind of cool to check that out. Also, we got going on. The NBA playoffs have been an enigma. All right, teams that are favored to win are not doing very good, and the ones that aren't are putting up a damn good fight. So, as you know, everybody, I'm a diehard New York Knicks, so they pulled off and tied up the series yesterday, right? Really should be up 3-1, but it's neither here or there. But the series that's really tickling my fancy here is between Detroit Pistons, the number one racket in the East Coast for Eastern Conference, Orlando Magic. They're up 2-1. Okay? They're up 2-1. I know it sounds crazy, but Detroit should be sweeping them. The other series, that's Two of the best players are gone for them. I mean, for Minnesota. They're up 3-1. They won by 16 points. A guy that never played, hardly ever played, scored 43 points for them, for Minnesota. Okay? Two of the best players gone. Someone picked up the slack and said, hey, jump on my back. We're gonna win this game. So that's kind of cool. Um, what else we got today? So today's games, let's check that out. Cleveland Cavaliers and Toronto Raptors, they're playing that series. Cleveland's went up 2-1. Okay. Spurs are gonna win that. They're gonna finish when they're gonna beat Trailblazers. Philly and the Celtics, they play tonight. That game's in Philadelphia, and that's a 7 o'clock game on NBC. And the Lakers and the Rockets, that's a 9:30 game on also the NBC Peacock on network. All right. So that's it. Real quick, skirt around the playoffs and stuff. And Major League Baseball's in full swing. There's too many teams, so we're not gonna go there. Okay, so like I was saying at the beginning of the show, we're gonna talk about the history of DJI. And DJI has a major, major market, has a hold on the drone market in the world. 70%, ladies and gentlemen. So that's a lot. Um, Basically, DJI, what it means in Chinese, it means Dazhang Innovations. That's what I mean. Dazhang Innovations. This company was founded in 2006 by Mr. Frank Wang from his dorm room, like Michael Dell, at Hong Kong University of Science and Technology. Um, this is Mr. Wang was really fascinated with, you know, operable devices that could just fly on themselves. Okay. So the unmanned aerial or UAVs, what they call it back in the day. There's some of them they do, but you know, he started off kind of slow. You know what I mean? And oh, thank you all for coming on. Thank you. Um, they start off kind of slow and everything. So the company um was founded with $18,000 in Hong Kong money, which is about 2,200 US, and um and they got a grant to start the company and money from a family friend. That's how they started. And then he moved to Shenzhen, China, because that's like a big hub of electronics and stuff like that there. Um, the first couple of years that DJI was in business, it had a high turnover rate of employees. They weren't feeling comfortable about the company, and things were a little tough. But a family friend loaned money to Mr. Wang, and he invested $90,000 into this company. All right. Um, DJI was really known for at the time the Waypoint helicopters. You remember those crazy helicopters? They had remote control. I can never keep them stable. I never owned one, but I tried to play one before. They're not stable. Hell with them. Then all of a sudden, Mr. Wang said, "We're gonna go to drones." Okay. Ready to fly, RTF. That's what we call it, ready to fly. And the real breakthrough moment for this company came through was with the DJI Phantom drone from 2013 to 2014. All right. So this was groundbreaking for a device like this in anywhere in the world. Okay. Had a GPS system on it. It was made to be easier to fight, you know what I mean? And users had to mount a GoPro camera or lightweight camera in there to do aerial shots. All right. So did some few things and they came up with the Phantom 2. Okay. Um a Phantom 2 was one of the first drones that had camera already integrated built into the drone. Okay. Um this is something that's groundbreaking here. Okay. And when you see the pictures of these drones, they're stabilized, okay? Like big like heads, and they got the stabilization where they could just fly up and land softly, no problem whatsoever. Okay, and it had a camera that was built into it. Okay, um, it had a camera that could tilt. You know, up, down. Is really, really groundbreaking. You know what I mean? The camera was a 1080p. That's even crazy at the time. Okay, um, had a range, had a 14 megapixel camera, 25 minutes of flight time. We're gonna get into that, and the range is about 700 meters. Okay, and from there, I mean, it just took off. People loved them. I knew people that owned them. Okay, then they came back with the Phantom 3 series. This was more in depth. Okay, had a redesigned integrated camera in there. Um, capable of shooting video 2.7K video 30 frames per second. At that time that was good technology. 12 megapixel camera with JP format and raw formats, and um 20 minutes of flight time. We're gonna also gonna um so this is something that's really really taking off now. And things came better. They came with another Phantom uh, drone, and things started taking off for the company. Then, ladies and gentlemen, around 2016, they went to the Mavic Pro. It was a collapsible drone at the time, and now, now they're taking off even more. Okay, the Mavic Pro got to show you, hey, let's let's compromise size and put in even more tech in here. Okay, um, you're running a K camera now with a 12 megapixel camera, and you can fly up to 20, almost 30 minutes on here. Okay. Um, price started to go up a little bit too. Okay. So the Mavic between 2018 is no longer considered a toy. It's an device that can pictures, video, and everything. So at the time in 2017, 2018, um, DJI Spark and the Mavic Air, those drones are about between 400, $500 at the time. But this is where the system, where they were taking off. Okay, the Spark weighed about 300 grams at the time, and like I said, had a 1080 camera with 12 megapixel. You couldn't go wrong at that time. All right, and then all of a sudden, we had companies, little, companies are like, hey man, listen, why don't we reach out to them about, hey, take a picture of my property, or let's do some real estate things like with these drones. Then all of a sudden, now around 2017, 2018, the commercial market is saying, hey man, let's work together on this. Hey, I need your drone. I need you. Hey, I'm looking at getting that property. Hey, let's can you send a drone up and take pictures of the property from the top, sides and everything? Ladies and gentlemen, this is where it took off too. Commercial expansion was unbelievable. They had a drone called the Matrice 200 series. Um, Unbelievable at this time in 2017, which wasn't that far away. But the thing of that matter is because you get an aerial view of properties. This is great for real estate. Um, Sometimes they were using them for like fires and stuff like that. This was something that was really really starting to gain weight, and the drones at that time were going for $1,000 to $2,000. Now drones are unbelievable crazy price, and then you got some that are built to work with the law enforcement and stuff like that. So, um, but the Mavic Pro drone at that time, because it was already starting to get popular and it had all kind of features in there. That was around $1,000. So the significance in that of the Mavic Air, this came out in 2020. Um, 40 megapixel camera on there, 4K, 60 frames per minute. You had a 34-minute flight time, and you had the obstacle avoidance that was built into in there, and unbelievable. unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot go wrong. This is the this was the thing. I would say something else, but I'll get banned. All right. Mavic 2, when it started to fade out, it was Air 2S that came out right behind it. And then all of a sudden, now we have the DJI Mini 5 Pro. Um, this is a much more an advanced drone, ladies and gentlemen. And this one, his price is up there. I didn't get the price of that, but if you could look on it, and you could Google it on the DJI website or Amazon. They'll give you an idea. But this is the 5 Pro. Once again, collapsible propellers and stuff like that. Um, you couldn't go wrong. The high end gimbal, which is the the camera, it has all kind of features on there. Uh, so the 5 Pro has a 50 megapixel camera, 4K, and it shoots 120 frames per second. Excuse me. That's unbelievable. Okay, unfreaking believable. So that's something to think about how significantly these um these drones have become, and it's now they even come. Even my dumbass bought one. Okay, we're gonna get into all that right now. Um, yeah, so the Mavic Pro is something. If you're interested in that, check them out on YouTube because they have real good videos on there about them, or just go to the website. Um, DJI.com, and it'll give you a whole spiel, all the specs and everything on the Mavic Pro. So, ladies and gentlemen, like I was saying, I do own a drone. I own the DJI Neo. Okay, it's only 135 grams. Oh, another thing too, ladies and gentlemen, if you were to get a bigger drone, if it's over 250 grams, you have to register it with the FAA. That is the mandated law. Okay. So just remember 250 grams, excuse me, want to be exact, 249 grams. 250 or more, you have to register with the FAA because it's considered a UVA. All right. So I do own the DJI Neo. It's nothing fancy to it, ladies and gentlemen. Um, it's little turn it on, turn it off, little little gimmicky, but it does work. Now, if you don't have the remote like I didn't have it, you can use your phone. Okay. But the problem is you're not going to have much fun in using the phone because it only goes up to a certain level. It does have the follow me mode on there, which is kind of cool. Um, make sure your phone's charged up because you're going to be using a lot of juice. What else you have? The follow me on there. You can make the drone go out, come back. But the follow me is kind of cool. You know what I mean? First time I got it, it worked out good. But then I said, Self, you need something better. I said, well, Self, what? Get yourself the remote. So I got a remote to go. I bought a remote, and oh my God, it's like night and day when you had the remote. I was flying my drone all over the top of my building, and one of my neighbors asked, "Hey man, I want you fly your drone, take some pictures, and check out the drain." I said, "What? Yeah, check out the drain." I said, "Okay, let me see what I can do for you." Ladies and gentlemen, I flew the drone up there, okay, and the picture came out 4K now on a 139 gram device. It took a damn good picture. Okay, it really, really did. It took a damn good picture. Grandbaby was over here, and I took a picture of him, and the drone was really, really high up in the air. I'm like, this is crazy, and it came out really, really good for the particular um, camera. It's not the best 4K camera, ladies and gentlemen, but I'll be damned, that was a good picture. It came out in the video too. All right, so but it has its limitations, ladies and gentlemen. It's not the greatest device to have as a drone because it's so light. It has wind problems. If the wind is blowing really hard, it does have wind issues. So I'm just letting you know that. Okay, um, it does have issues. So we're gonna talk about the Neo, and there's a Neo 2 also that's out there. Okay, so My particular device, I paid like under $200 for it. Okay, um, there's nothing fancy to it. It really is. Dummy like me could work it. You could do it too. You could do selfies. Um, you can have the drone take off in your hand. You can tell the drone to land in your hand. Only thing is, ladies and gentlemen, you better buy 2 batteries because the battery life sucks. I'm They say you can get 20 minutes out of it. You might 15 max. Okay, I'm just giving you a heads up, telling you straight up truth. I have one. I had to buy extra batteries to enjoy it. I'm serious. All right. Um, like I said, it's very light. The drone is very, very light. Um, Make sure you have a bag when carry. Like I said, 4K camera, 60 frames per second. It does work in AI modes. Then also, it's not the greatest. Like I said, this is an entry level device. Doesn't have a micro card. Doesn't have the obstacle avoidance. Haven't had that problem lately. It doesn't. For 4K, it's not bad. You can pay for it. Okay. Like they're saying here, with the controller, you're kind of screwed. You're in like a small area to fly the drone. You get the remote, which is like an additional $130. It's worth it. You can't go wrong. Okay. Next is the DJI Neo 2. Now this one's a little bit more advanced, ladies and gentlemen. It's the first-person flight, first-person vehicle, so you can have goggles, those goggles and all that. This drone goes for about almost $300. Okay, $259. It is funky. It really is funky. It's just like the Neo I currently have, but this one's has more tricks to it, more specs on here. Okay, it is a selfie drone as the other one, but put that butt in there. It has better enhanced features. Okay, has some tracking on there, ladies and gentlemen. It has a tracking feature. You cannot go wrong with that. Okay, and Neo 2. Also, like I said, the battery life on it is no better than the one in the original Neo. And the one thing about it, ladies and gentlemen, you had to be just giving you a heads up on this. The DJI 2, you have to buy an additional module for it to make it so it can go further out. Okay, that module is called the DJI 2, DJI Neo 2 digital transceiver. It gives you more distance, basically with it. So it costs between $25.95 to $63. That's what they're saying. Am I interested in buying it? I don't know yet. It does have some funky features on it. If you go to YouTube, look at the videos that they have on there. Also, I said earlier that there are issues between the United States government and drones per se, but mostly DJI drones. So December 25th, 2025, I'll read this real quick, was a deadline formal national security audit of 2 Chinese drone manufacturers, including DJI. Basically what they're saying, any of the new drones built after December 23rd, we were not allowed to sell. So the new ones they have out here now, the Mavic, can't sell in the United States. Just can't sell it. Not at all. Can't sell it. All right. DJI is petitioning for a waiver. Yes, like I said, nothing to come across. So if I hear anything, I'll let you know. Okay. What else we got here? Also, DJI's got some funky stuff too. They have the gimbals, the pocket cameras with the twisty lens and all that stuff. That's them too. They are fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. You can't knock them. Okay, you got the Osmo Pocket 4, Pocket 3. It's got a 1-inch sensor, 3-axis stabilization. It's funky as hell. Osmo Mobile 8, Osmo Mobile 7, and gimbal, the RS5 Pro, RS5, RS4 Pro, RS4, and the Ronin 4D. This is some of the funky stuff they have, ladies and gentlemen. Also, ladies and gentlemen, they also have, I haven't bought this, the wireless microphones. So you see them on TV now, people having them, little tiny microphones. So DJI makes them, and they are fantastic. They are excellent, ladies and gentlemen. I got mine on Amazon real cheap, and they have an excellent, they sound so good and clear. I only paid like $50 for it, okay? But you can't go wrong. I mean, I get it what the United States trying to do is say, hey, out of national security, I get it, but man, their products they're damn good. Like I said, I have the little DJI mini mic minis, what do you want to call them? Yeah, DJI Mic 2 and Mic Minis. I have the Mic Minis. And you're able to connect them to your phone, right? Say, for instance, you want to do a interview, put the bottom part into your of your phone. You have a microphone, other person has a microphone. You can do a whole interview. Unbelievable. They're fantastic. They sound perfect. You cannot go wrong. I have no faults with them at all. And they're great. I mean, I own it. I own them. Okay? It is very simple. A dummy like me can operate it. You can too. So, like I said, if you check out those products, ladies and gentlemen, the drones are really easy, especially the one I own. I am looking to get the Mavic in the future, but I want to make sure it's compatible with my remote. Can't go wrong with the drones. And I think, hey, they're not going anywhere. And hey, you can't go wrong with those. I swear, they're really good products. Yep. And I think everybody that has them are satisfied. I know friends that have them, and they love them. But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to say goodbye. It's been great having my people on today. Arnold, thank you for coming on. And I'm just going to give you a round of applause. Thank you all for coming. I appreciate it. Thank you all. If I have any more additional information on the drone situation, I will pass along on a show next week or within a few weeks. If anything gets updated, I'll definitely pass it along. So at this time, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to say goodbye. Enjoy your Sunday. Stay warm wherever you are. Hey, this is Bite Time. Take care and be well. I love you all. Take care.